I don't know what's going on. I have a special Wi-Fi router that Rainbow set up right near his big window to make sure that I have good Wi-Fi just for live streaming. And still something's going wrong here. You guys might hop back on. You guys might not. Either way, this is just how shit goes. You know, I switched phone services recently under the guise that I would have better service, and it's not. I got a nicer phone thinking it would stream and work better, and it doesn't. We've got a very, you know, my own special Wi-Fi router at Rainbow's place, and still the lives fail. I don't know what's going on. I don't know, can't explain it. I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do trying to stream on the road trip. Every stream on the road trip might have to be pulled up at a Starbucks or something. Cool, we've got Kevin Mack in the chat. Welcome back. Yeah, I figured I would just start a whole new stream because the other one froze up. Well, I guess I should join this one on my phone because the other one ended and I was on my phone watching it so that this is how I make sure that the stream is working now. I can watch it from my phone from Van on the Moon, and that's how I can see when it gets frozen, because it often does. I just still don't know why. Maybe my iPad is hot again. It is kind of warm. Not like awfully hot though. Hello, Cody Bovace. Thank you, I will take care. I'm trying my best. Curious about your heritage. Do you know any about your Italian roots? Nope. I honestly don't know much about my family history. Everyone I ask has a different story. Like, I've asked a lot of family members at this point, and I used to ask my great grandma, and she was always saying she was Irish. My last name's Eichenberger, so we can only assume there's German in there. I probably would say I know the most about the Filipino part, but then again, there's some weird confusing bits in that, where like my grandma, like where I get my Filipino blood from, says that her dad was adopted. So and that he was like actually Spanish, but like I'm a quarter Filipino and she's the quarter, so who knows? Who knows? That's there's a quote that's been in my head a lot lately that goes like, wisdom, the difference between wisdom and knowledge is that wisdom is knowing that you know nothing. And it's true. I don't know shit anymore. I don't know what is going on in this weird world. All you can do is try and enjoy. I actually did get some coconuts yesterday. I've got a good friend who every time he sees my van pulls over and gives me some cocos, and it always brightens my day so much. He does like tree trimming for people and does it for free, and then like the trade-off is that he gets to keep the coconuts from it, and then he passes them to me. He also sells them at the markets and stuff. Coconuts go for a lot of money around here. It's pretty crazy. Like if you go to the tents at the markets and stuff, it's like $12 a coconut. So the people who are selling them get pretty good money. I've considered it myself, just buying bulk and like kicking it at my van at the beach and just cracking cocos. The thing is, I'm not that good at opening them yet. I like to use this to just pick the end off, get a good hole at the top going. Let's see which one I should open first. This one's bigger. Might save this one for later. There's an old rock song with the lyrics, "Put the lime in the coconut." That song, there was like a week straight recently where that song was stuck in my head so bad. Me and Rambos would be like trying to lay down to sleep. It's like 3 a.m. and we just can't sleep because we're like, we put the lime in the coconut and shake it all up. I have some limes in my backpack actually, so we could make that happen. What's my grandma's first name? Her name was Grandma Jean, but I think her name was actually Regina. We just all called her Jean. And she wore dentures, and anytime she saw me trying to open something with my teeth, she would rip her dentures out and throw them on the table and be like, "Is this what you want to end up like?" Like, okay. Might have to get out the machete. Throwback to my early Van on the Moon live streams. It's kind of crazy to me what a huge difference there is. Like the Van on the Moon live streams got so many views, and the ones on this channel have a lot lower viewership. And honestly, if I had to guess why, I think it's because this channel has constant technical difficulties. Like a lot of the streams get cut short. I mean, like today, Exhibit Z of having to stop a live stream and start a new one. And then how I always know that the stream stopped working is because I can see a count of how many people are here, and it'll just go from like 30 to like 3 really quickly. So I'm like, alright, the stream just dropped connection. So one day maybe that'll get sorted, or maybe I'm not meant to be a live streamer, which is okay. I love making the episodes anyway. I just like the live streams because it's more interactive. Get to actually like chit chat with the Mooners, give more more up-to-date updates instead of like having, you know, having like a week between stuff happening and then actually saying that it happened. Yay, we got a new Mooner, JJ. Welcome to the Mooners, which you've been to quite a few of the live streams, so you were already a Mooner, but now you've got the official Mooner badge status. Oh, we got a sick bastard in the house. What happened to the machete? It's right there. I'm just gonna see if I can open it this way first before I go swinging machetes around, because I am in an apartment parking lot right now and I don't want to draw too much attention. I feel like I just draw attention as it is as a person, so when I can keep things a little more low-key, lately I've been trying. Which these little plug things actually work pretty great. Oh yeah, there it goes. Wow, it's really in there. Ooh. Dang, this one's a deep one. That didn't even touch the nut. So in the end, what happened and how did you get the van working again? Oh, right. Yeah, I was trying to tell that story when the live ended. I was banging on stuff, unscrewing stuff, screwing it back in, multiple parts within the engine. I unplugged all the spark plug wires, replugged them back in, and eventually it started. I was like whacking the coil with the end of a screwdriver, the handle part. That probably helped a bit. The fuse panel I unscrewed and dropped down and jiggled. I know, pretty solid methods. It did start up again, and I don't know which piece was what did it, but some combination of jiggling stuff and shaking it and whacking it worked out. Which at some point, once I did get service again, I was able to get a hold of Rainbows to ask him if he could come help or if he had any ideas. And basically, he said that he would come unscrew, rescrew, and jiggle stuff. And I'm like, well, that's what I'm doing already, so I guess you don't need to come. And then someone did pull over to help smack and jiggle stuff, which he was like definitely not a mechanic by any means. But between the two of us whacking stuff, the van got started up. It's a bad connection to the coil. That's what I'm thinking. And I have another coil in my storage unit that seemingly was replaced like right before I got the van, because there was the coil that's installed in the van and then one nearby in like the trunk area. So seemingly was the one taken off, or maybe it was the one that was about to get put on. But I might just get a new coil. I saw them on Amazon for only like 25 bucks. Like, that's nothing in the grand scheme. Like, most parts I try and buy are like 150 plus it, you know. It's the wire to the coil, not the coil itself. So would you think replace the wire then? So what was the van doing or acting prior to the no start? Okay, when I turn the key, I hear the starter, you know, it's like doing the turning, but it just never catches. Could be a bad ground or rusty connections. The connections probably are rusty. Well, actually they are. I've seen them. The connections are rusty. It's just like, I don't really know. It's just like, I don't really know what to do other than replace it all and just keep trying shit until hopefully it works. Rainbows, I think the condenser on the distributor is old. Yeah, the little condenser is, Rainbows unscrewed and rescrewed that, and it ended up starting the time I had to replace the fuel filter. which I haven't even begun to edit that video. There's so much footage. Look at that, we're getting close. We're getting close to the juice. Wire brush the connections. That's actually a really good idea. I think I will try that. I plan on opening the back today. Like, this engine needs some attention today. I might replace the fuel pump sometime, like today / this weekend / this week, who knows. If I can find one on island. Clean the points on the distributor. Rainbow's actually pulled up another list of stuff to buy, like a new condenser, new points. So I think we will try that. Try replacing those. Oh, we've got Tyson Esh in the chat. One of the only on-island mooners that I know of. If it was the condenser, it would start but have no power to run or drive. It would rev with no load, but when in gear would stall out with no power. It definitely has like a really rough idle, and acceleration is slow. Like, it was already slow to start with, but now like you can hear it misfiring. Oh yeah, David T, we've actually been emailing. I will email you back later. I saw your most recent one, and it would be nice to have some input. Yes, Kevin Mack, I can hear the starter whinnying. That would be the Bendix not engaging the flywheel while trying to turn over. Yeah, I hear the whinnying and then nothing catches. But I also think that I'm having issues as far as clutch is concerned. The clutch has been having problems. I need to go get it adjusted by the guy who replaced it. But what keeps me from doing that is I know the van is having other problems, and I don't want to pull up with like 20 problems wrong with the van, because then if I'm like, hey man, you gotta like adjust the clutch because you replaced it like a year ago, and then him be like, well, there's like 50 other things wrong here, probably those. So I want the van to be as best fixed from what we can do here before I take it to a shop. I think we're finally into the coconut. It's a good one. Wow, I've got a huge piece of pulp on my lip. Beautiful cocos, yes. Aw, just a reminder, Jesus loves you. Have a great day. Thank you. I've been thinking about religion lately, and how a lot of the people I know who are like pretty grounded in their religious beliefs seem to be pretty happy. If you think old Volkswagens are a money pit, just wait till you get a boat. I know. Once I told my dad I wanted to buy a boat back like 2 years ago when I originally wanted to buy a boat on island, he was like, what, so you just want a hole in the ocean to throw all your money into? I'm like, okay. So that's how I ended up buying the van, because I was like, alright, I've got a steady job, I want to own something, like I want to buy something that I could put love into, make it my own. It's not gonna be a boat, unfortunately, so I bought the van. And it is very similar to a boat, but instead of throwing my money into a hole in the ocean, it's just a hole in the ground. But it looks great. Like, aesthetically, I'm super happy with how the van looks. Which brings me to, I do think I'm finally going to do some rust repair, and I'm gonna do it myself. I'm gonna just get like sander attachments and wire brushes to use my like Ryobi drill with. Not sponsored. I've been waiting for this fucking Ryobi sponsorship for like a year and a half. But anyway, I'm just gonna use like a drill type thing and grind off. I'm gonna pick one spot of rust and just see how it goes. Worst case scenario, it looks just as bad as it does now with the rust there. So here's my idea. Wire brush, get off the loose rust, sand with like a, you know, rough grit, and then use that spray foam stuff, which I know a lot of you probably are already thinking, spray foam, that's like bad idea, temporary fix, that's all I'm looking for. I just need this van to get me to Florida. I don't need anything professional. So, fill that thing with foam, shape the outside, put some Bondo, sand it smooth, and then put some rust preventing primer and paint. That's my plan, which as I'm listing it off, it doesn't seem very hard. I will be filming it because as things usually go, it'll probably be a shit show, which honestly turns out to be fairly entertaining. This is a really deep hole into this coconut. David T. Molly, the rest isn't a problem. Get it running right first. It's true. It's true. If the van's not even running, what does it matter if it's rusty? Though, I do want to show you the little area of rust that I'm thinking of hitting first. This one. Where it is? Oh yeah, here it is. Do not mind how freaking filthy the van is. I'm showing you guys the rust. Yeah. Behold. Nasty, rusty, whole mess. Which, I'm thinking, the wire brush will like flick off the flakes, you know? Oh, that's so disgusting. Then sand down a little bit. Fill it up and shape it, hit it with some Bondo. We'll be good to go. Oh, Mars finds it charming. It does add character. This is a very, you know, this van has a personality of its own. Some of the rust, though, is under the windows. So, here. If my phone was the window, this whole under bit on a lot of the windows is just rusted, the whole length. So at this point, the rust is a problem past aesthetics. The rust is structurally not sound. So those ones are a little bit more dire need of help. We'll get the van running good again. I've made it past my little midweek mentee bee And so far the plan is still the road trip. There was a second day where I was thinking maybe I should just sell the van and move to Thailand. But now that I'm out of it, I see it was just a panic attack and my brain was telling me to run from everything. Let me know if you guys think I should post that episode or not. I'm for sure posting the fuel filter episode, but it would be a little stirring the pot to drama of me if I posted the episode I filmed at Eow with the van broken down and I'm on the side of the road. Alright, David T said he'd like to see it. I might put it out and then at the end of it not leave it at the end. I literally was telling people like make offers, who wants this fucking van? I don't. So I'll maybe record a newer clip to put at the end where I'm like, hey, I'm like on the other end of that little episode and I'm not selling the van, but I would be curious to hear people's offers because I see these vans selling for all type of different prices, but mine looks quite a bit different than most of the ones for sale. A lot of the ones for sale are as basic as you could possibly imagine them to be. I mean aesthetically, like just basic, like the floor is just like plain wood and the curtains are just like brown and they don't have like acrylic mirrors on the ceilings and vibey light installations, velvet headliner. I don't know if there's gonna be like if that would help or hurt the reselling, because I think it's dope, but other people might think it's a little much. David T had Bruce Eternic had a 59 splitty. Love to see more of Molly's Van episodes. Yeah, I think I will put it out, and I'll just clarify at the end, like, this is not the end. I was just having a very dramatic week. But sitting and watching the sunset yesterday with some coconuts was nice. Very healing. Feeling back to myself again. Maybe I'll get some editing done today. I do kind of want to do a double release next weekend because I want to roll out van content, but I also really want to get the 23andMe stuff rolling out for this channel. So lots of stuff in store. I think I'm gonna start my, finish my yerba and go start my day, have some breakfast, see what I could get done. I'm feeling fairly productive. I love you all. Thanks for coming out every week and keeping me going. Like, yeah, what other type of van has a fairy moss dashboard? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this van is so custom that I don't know if anyone else would like want it if I tried to sell it. And I also just have put so much like customization and love into it where it's like, could I, like, I would miss it too much. The freaking mosaic of CDs, like, I don't think I can get rid of it. We're shipping this thing to California. Well, thanks for being my sounding board about the whole thing. I hit a really weird spot this week, but I'm feeling better. Everything's falling back into place. I love you all. Until next time, van on the fucking moon.